What can I tell you about A-level geography? Well, it's a broad academic subject that reflects the world around us. With headlines on Brexit, migration and climate change, you only have to watch the news to see the importance of geography and its impact on the world. The Geography A-level course explores both physical and human geography topics. The physical geography topics that we look at include tectonics. We look at the hazards and the processes, including earthquakes, volcanoes and tsunamis, exploring the causes and evaluating why some areas are more at risk than others. We then move on to look at coastal landscapes and change, examining why coastal landscapes are different and what processes cause these differences. We also study the water cycle to understand the importance of water to life on Earth. The final physical topic we look at is the carbon cycle and how it works, and explores the rising demand for energy, the global reliance on fossil fuels, and assesses renewable alternatives like wind and solar.
My favourite modules of geography have been tectonics and coasts. What I like most about the course is the fact that it links so well with the wider world, as well as all of the other subjects I do.
For the human geography topics, we study globalisation and the impact of globalisation on countries, people and the environment. Here we investigate how the increasing connections around the world bring positives such as a greater awareness of individual rights and liberties, but also negatives like the erosion of certain valuable cultures.
My favourite module was probably health, human rights and intervention, because it was to do with the current world, and I found it really interesting to research around what we were learning.
We study superpowers and geopolitics to see how countries have become powerful in the past, such as the British Empire, how they're maintaining power now, for example the United States, and how in the future we may see a new world order with the rise of China.
My favourite modules have been superpowers and health, human rights and intervention. I think they're really interesting in the way that they really link to current affairs and the way that everything's kind of developing around the world.
The final section, Health, Human Rights and Intervention, examines the differences in health, life expectancy and human rights across the globe and what impact political interventions can have on this. During the 2-year course, you'll learn in a wide variety of ways using maps, geographical information systems, data analysis and statistics, photos, videos and podcasts, as well as through fieldwork.
The workload varies between modules that we're doing in geography. So right now we're doing coursework and there's a lot more work to be done outside of college than in other modules.
The thing I like most about the geography course is that it's taught topic by topic and they're hardly ever closely related, so if you find one really hard or you don't like one of them, you know you'll enjoy another one a lot more.
I do a fair amount of work outside of lessons, but most of it I enjoy anyway, so reading a couple of papers here and there and just generally having a bit of an awareness of current affairs.
Geography lessons include plenty of discussion, debate and extended research, which will help you become an independent thinker and learner, capable of understanding complex issues. You'll learn to analyse different arguments and communicate your views in well-written essays.
Think about your coursework whilst you're doing your sort of first year of study, because there's a lot of it that you can use.
Geography is highly valued by universities and is in fact recognised as one of the 8 facilitating subjects. This is a subject most likely to be preferred for entry to degree courses. So whether you want to go into marine biology or banking, Geography A-level is relevant and useful for many different career paths. If, however, like many students, you don't know what you want to do as a career, choosing geography allows you to keep your options open, as it covers both arts and science components.
For geography, what you need to be successful is just a general appreciation for everything that goes on in the world and other people and how we all develop differently.
To be successful in the course, you have to be interested in both the human and physical sides of geography, because it's a combination of both throughout the year.
If you don't have a sort of baseline interest in the subjects, then you won't be able to sort of focus and motivate yourself to do the sort of extra work that you have to do.
A highlight of the Geography A-level course are the fieldwork trips, as these give students the chance to put theory into practice.
My favourite thing about the course was collecting my primary data for the geography coursework. My coursework is on the carbon cycle, so that was really exciting.
In recent years, the course has included 4 field trips, which all students are expected to attend. The most exciting of these is a week-long trip to the Portuguese islands of the Azores in the Atlantic, to explore the volcanic landscapes and discover how the islands manage resources, biodiversity and tourism in a sustainable way.
What I like most about the course, I would say, is the study of case studies. So I find it really interesting to sort of study real life examples of what we learn about and how a lot of it you actually know. And it's stuff that you've heard about, say, in the news throughout the years, and then you get to study it in detail, and I find that really interesting.
We visit a geothermal power plant to see how they are using this fantastic natural resource to provide sustainable energy. There's also a visit to the south coast to investigate coastal processes and management and see the impacts of longshore drift in action. We go to East London, where we explore the topic of regeneration to look firsthand at the impact the London 2012 Olympic Games had on the area and how they were used as a catalyst to make sweeping changes to the area. We also make a trip to Juniper Hall to carry out experiments in water and carbon cycling. So, as you can see, Geography A-Level is a really interesting and varied course and totally relevant to understanding our changing world.